I already love these little self-care challenges.
Me too. Journal the list of things that I want to have done before that time of my life comes.
It's kind of funny sometimes when we hit record on these podcasts, everything in your brain just goes poof.
Totally. Like we're so on the spot and my brain's like, what? Okay, let me go first. Hi guys, welcome back to That Good Vibe Podcast.
Woo! I'm so excited to be back.
Me too.
I can't believe we're on episode number 3.
I know, what?
It's so crazy. And actually, when I think about this episode goes live in September? August 31st.
Oh, okay.
So for some context, we are pre-recording this episode, so it's the beginning of August for us right now. Yeah. So happy end of August.
I hope everyone's summer was wonderful and they had such a relaxing time and had so much fun outside.
Yeah. It's almost back to school for some of these people.
Yeah, that's true.
Not for us. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
I'm so over school.
Me too. Ugh.
Anyways, how was your week?
It was good. It was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Any like crazy stories that happened?
No, it was just the general, usual, boring, everyday routine. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My week.
Oh.
Because we now have this new adventure in our life, which is like the most fun thing on the planet.
Yeah.
My routine is so up in the air. I'm like building a new routine of the behind the scenes of this podcast, as well as working my regular job and self-care and all the things. So
it's a lot.
I feel really, really good.
Okay,
like,
good.
For as crazy busy as it is, and as like I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you were feeling overwhelmed. So I'm glad you're feeling good.
I definitely have my moments.
Yeah.
When you start something new, you definitely feel overwhelmed. And it's all about like, slow down for a second. It's okay.
Yes.
Slow down, because we're about to do this for a few months. And I don't need to burn myself out.
I think it's just because we kind of just started that there's so much that goes into it. And so it'll take its time. But I think after a little bit, it'll get easier.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But other than that, my week has been awesome.
Oh, good.
We just finished proofing the very first episode.
Yes,
you guys have already watched it. Is it not amazing?
So good.
But like,
so proud of ourselves.
We're the cutest things ever.
So cute.
Oh, it's so good. Okay. We have a little self-care check-in.
Oh, yes, we do.
And we have 2 episodes worth of self-care check-in.
Yes, we do.
Do you want to let me know how you did?
Okay, I did very well.
Oh,
I am like so proud of myself. Like, so the ones that I was working on was stretching, meditating, and journaling.
Right, your morning routine.
My morning routine, yes. And because I love it so much, it makes me like feel so good throughout the rest of the day. Like just having a good like setup in the morning, and then the rest of the day I can kind of cruise along and I don't have to like do much of self-care because I already did it. And yeah, I am like so proud of myself. I did so well.
I think yours was Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, meditating and stretching, and then journaling like at least 3 times a week, and
it's all success.
Yes. And it just, I know it makes me feel so good. Like, so I need to keep doing it. Because it helps so much. Yeah. What about you?
Okay, let me think back. Mine, I literally have to look at my notes because I can't remember anything right now. Oh no, what happened? I thought I deleted my notes.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh God. Okay, my self-care. So my first self-care was to complete my 3 to-dos 5 days a week.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like I have accomplished that. I can't actually look back in my book and for sure guarantee, but I feel like I did accomplish that. I've been going to the gym, keeping up with the editing, going to bed at a good time, still eating my supper, taking Chewy for extra long walks.
Good job.
So I would say that is a goal success right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then my second self-care was to finish my book. I was like reading like a mad woman these past few days.
Because it was so good.
First of all, so good. Second of all, I had like 250 to 300 pages left in the book, and I'm not a fast reader. Like, it takes me months to finish.
Which is so funny, because I remember like months ago she gave me a book to read, and she was like, oh, how's it going? And I'm like, I'm already done. Like, it's been like a couple days. And she's like, how? And I was like, honestly, sometimes I like skip some parts.
How do you skip a book?
I mean, not skip. Like, I kind of just like, you know, like read like
skip a paragraph?
Well, I glance at it is what I'm trying to say.
I try really hard to not. Like, you know, when they're like describing the scene and then all of a sudden the characters are talking.
I skip to where they're talking.
Oh, I try so hard because I'm like, no, there's going to be some kind of detail that I'm going to miss.
Which is like true. Like, I'm like, I don't like that. I do that. But I mean, sometimes I just can't help it. I want to see what they're talking about.
I'll forgive.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll forgive.
Thank you.
But I have 80 pages left in my book and I will finish it today. Today I have time after we record to finish it. So we're going to go ahead and say that goal was completed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's good.
It feels so good. I already love these little self-care challenges
Me too.
I'm like, I have to.
Yeah.
Like, I have to read my book because if I don't, I'm going to let Jordan down. I'm going to let my audience down. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to let myself down. Yeah. And I just feel good when I do it.
Oh, exactly.
Even if it's 5 minutes before you fall asleep in bed. Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Okay, so we did great. I can't wait to hear what your next or this week's self-care is. Okay, let's dive into our weekly favorites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is your little weekly favorite tip, whatever?
Okay, I've talked about it before. We just talked about it, meditation. Mm-hmm. So I use this app called Balance. I love it. Okay, I'll just say like right off the bat that it's a little pricey. Like I think it was $80
What's
for
not
the year.
Pricey
it's so true. Days. But I mean, it has helped so much and I'm so thankful for it. It just gives me a sort of calm. And there's so many different things to listen to on there. There's a bunch of different singles. There's like a couple, I don't know what they're called, like chapters, I guess, that you can do with like 10 different meditations on there.
Oh, like little courses.
Yeah,
almost.
basically.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. But there's like sleep ones, like to listen to try and fall asleep, or right in the morning. There's self-esteem ones. Like that's the one that I listened to today. There are also like 5 to 15 minutes. You can pick and choose how long you want it. I love that. But yeah, the self-esteem one that I listened to this morning. What did it say? First of all, like the man's voice that does it. Oh, just like he's just so calming.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, to me. Like love it. I'm trying to think back of what it said, but
I know it's
so good.
It's kind of funny sometimes when we hit record on these podcasts, everything in your brain just goes poof.
Totally. Like we're so on the spot and my brain's like, what?
Wait,
brain no worky.
Brain no worky. Seriously. Okay, come on, let's go. Yeah. I've never used Balance before. Is there a free version of this Balance?
I'm not sure. I'll look into it.
Okay, definitely look into it.
We'll link it below though so you guys can take a look.
So you use Balance and you paid for the 1-year subscription.
Actually, so this is the thing. I didn't pay for it. They had a sale on that was free for a year. And I saw it on Instagram advertised. So I clicked on it, registered right away because I had
free
tried.
For a whole year?
Yes.
That's like stealing. That's amazing.
I know.
It's like the IKEA commercial. Start the car.
Yeah.
I love that commercial. Yeah. That's super cool. The one that I've used for meditation is called Headspace.
I've heard of that too.
And that one, there's like there's a free version or like a 7-day free trial. And then they've got all sorts of different courses and stuff. I love that one. But the free app that I use is Insight Timer.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
It's not 100% free, but there's like thousands of meditations on there that are free. And then I think it's donation pay base. So you donate to the meditators and to their causes. So I've used that one before. But if you feel overwhelmed with where to start in meditation, sometimes going to an app like Balance or Headspace where they create these programs for you.
Exactly.
Can be very helpful for a beginner. Totally. Because you don't know where to start.
I assume that they do have like a free trial on the Balance app that people can do. I would hope so.
We'll do our best digging, and if we can find that 1-year code or something, we will share it with you guys.
For sure.
Free all around.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ooh, I love that. Do you have any other favorite little tips, advice, or was meditation your
I think
thing?
that was basically it. What about you?
Love that. So I have 2 favorite things. My first one is Last Saturday I had the evening to myself. No one was home. It was just Chewy and I, and it was so good. And I got to bake my favorite meal.
What'd you have?
And it is the feta tomato bake.
Oh.
The like TikTok infamous.
I've never tried that.
It is so delicious. So I always add garlic cloves in there, some Italian seasoning, and shrimp.
Nice.
With a little bit of pasta.
Ooh,
Chef's
that sounds delicious.
It is so good. My boyfriend hates feta and tomato, so that's why I can only eat this when he's not around.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going out. Perfect.
Yeah.
I get my favorite meal. And then my second favorite is actually a shout out to another podcast.
Okay, cool.
It is the Vile Files podcast.
Ooh.
Specifically his Ask Nick episodes. That is the juiciest, most drama-filled episodes. Have you listened to those?
I've listened to it a long time ago, just like his podcast. Like it's Nick Vile, right? That does it?
It's Nick Vile. Like he was on The Bachelor a long time ago. And now he's done his own thing. But I follow up with them. Oh my God, some of these relationship situationships
so
that
juicy.
people, I'm like, wait, your boyfriend's dating your auntie's stepmother's cousin's this, and it's just like, sorry, what?
Wait, what? Your boyfriend's dating your
it's
oh my
there's
God.
So many different situations that people are in with relationships, and it makes me think like, wow, I'm so glad I'm like in a nice, healthy, normal relationship.
That's why it makes that's why I love watching reality TV, because I don't really have like that like dramatic drama in my life. So yeah, being in like a healthy,
I wouldn't be able to be in a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably cry a lot.
I think I would be so hard on myself, and it would be too much.
Super random, but I'm watching the most recent season of Selling Sunset, and I'm just like, season 1 was so good, but this last season I'm like, it's a little too drama-y for me. They've really twisted it around.
I've never really been into that one. I do like my reality TV though. Like I'm into 90 Day Fiance right now.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Teen Mom came back, so of course we're watching that.
Like a new season, or like
no, it's still the
Teen
old
Mom OG girls.
Yes, exactly. Like I think it's called Teen Mom something. But it's a lot of the same girls from back when.
The best girl is not on Teen Mom anymore, and that's Chelsea.
I know, so sad.
I follow her on Instagram.
Me too.
Now, but
she has a new like home improvement show with her husband Cole.
They're the cutest, and their babies are so cute.
Their whole family is just adorbs.
Absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, should we get into the topic of today?
Yes. Okay. Oh, I love this topic.
Main character energy. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm the center of my own story.
Oh, yeah. Like, does anyone ever feel like they're kind of just cruising through life? Like, they're the background character, side character in their own show or movie, or like have low energy and just like breeze through the day, you know? Like,
I get like that a lot, and it's like, I don't even want to do anything.
And like, that's not fun. Like, this is your life. Like, you have to make it fun.
When you're like the side character or the behind the scenes character, that's when you stop being grateful for things. That's when like things in your life kind of start to fall apart a little bit, and you play this like woe is me mentality.
Yeah, totally. It's not fun.
But it's okay to be like that sometimes.
It totally is. Like once in a while, whatever. But for the majority, yeah. Like, we'll just say this. You are the creator, producer, director, costume designer of your own show or movie or book. Like, this is your life.
However you want your life to unfold, you get to make those decisions.
Totally.
And that's what this main character energy topic is all about. We're going to share some like main character moments. Yeah. And some tips. And Jordan's got a cute little quote after. And I can't wait to hear it. So if you're feeling like, things aren't really working out for me, I feel like I'm always the second person in line for things. Yeah. Let me tell you, I feel like a behind the scenes character with this whole Taylor Swift ticket debacle situation, because I feel like I'm the only Swiftie on the planet that hasn't had her main character moment. And I'm just like waiting and praying that it will happen. Sorry, side tangent. I will
She's
bring Taylor
obsessed.
into every conversation.
Yeah. Oh, I
okay.
know. I know.
Taylor is everything. Yeah, we don't need to feel like side pieces, but yeah, like you said before, if you do feel like you're on the side or things aren't really working out for you, just know that that's okay. That's part of the human experience.
Yeah.
That's part of your story. Whenever you watch a show or a movie, the main character has to fall over.
Totally. Like, and I feel like also when you're watching a show or movie, when the main character isn't all put together, you kind of relate to them more and you're like more interested in watching those scenes.
Yeah, I so agree with that. What I like to try and say is when things are falling apart right before they tend to work out is it's for the plot. It's for the plot.
Every story has that. Every story has like a plot, a downfall, a rising.
Sometimes multiple plot twists.
Yeah,
all
totally.
these different things.
Yeah.
So every time something doesn't work out or does work out, just say to yourself, no, it's for the plot of my story. Because yes, it might matter right now and it might feel like a big deal that you didn't get the job or the person you asked out on a date turned you down or your friend just decided that they didn't want to be friends with you anymore. Those things fucking suck. They hurt so bad, but you need to take a step back and look at your life like a movie, like a storyline and say, hey, it's for the plot. It's a little plot twist.
And also you're in control of how you feel and think about things. Like it's all about perspective. Like you could dwell on all of the negatives, but you could also find all the positives in those negative moments. So
don't go into it with a victim mentality.
Yeah.
Always try to shift that mindset and say, how is this going to benefit me in my future? And it's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else? I want to share some of my moments.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sweet. So I'm going to share a few little moments in my life that I really felt like a main character. So one of them was I was editing a video in a coffee shop and I had my headphones on and I had my little editing software out there and I'm just clickety-clacketing away and I'm eating a chocolate chip cookie and drinking my macchiato. And it was just like a whole damn vibe.
Yeah.
And I looked over for a second and this girl who was probably a few years younger than me was just staring at me.
What?
Like admiring me sitting there kind of thing.
Okay.
Like
not judgy.
She was the viewer of my movie type perspective. Yes. And I smiled at her and she smiled at me and we continued on. But I just thought like, wow, I wonder if she looked over being like, that's so cool to just feel so brave and confident to sit in a coffee shop and edit a video in front of the whole world. And I was like, I'm a main character. Yes. This is so fun. So that's a moment I felt like it. Another moment was when I made the Canada Day charcuterie board.
Oh.
Like when I walked out of the cabin with this extravagant charcuterie board, I'm like, I'm the main character in this story.
You are.
It was a flawless one. And then my third and last moment was more of like a timeline, like months of my life. It was like an era of my life. I just broke up with my last boyfriend. I moved into my downtown apartment. I had the beautiful bay window. I was on the top floor.
It was gorgeous. I saw pictures, but I wish we would have been close enough then. Maybe we were, but I just never got a chance to come over and see it.
I only lived there for exactly 1 year. And I really, really do wish I would have lived there longer.
Yeah.
I wish my life would have unfolded in a different way so I could have had that opportunity for many more years. But I'm grateful for what I have and I'm grateful for how my life unfolded and all the lessons I've learned. But that year of living in that downtown apartment by myself was the best year of my freaking life.
I remember when I moved out of my parents' house and I lived in an apartment in Harbor Landing for 2 years by myself. And I was thriving.
Every woman in a relationship or single needs to live on her own.
1,000%. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. I felt so independent and confident being on my own. Like,
you learn your aesthetic, your style.
Yeah.
You learn a cleaning routine, an
Mhm.
eating routine,
Yeah.
like what you like and don't like.
Mhm.
You don't have to rely on someone else all the time. You kind of have to learn to rely on yourself.
Totally.
And that is really awesome. So that way, when you live with someone, you can learn to jive together.
Mhm.
So
Like, you already know what you like and what you don't like and what your routines are. So
I honestly would say that moment of my life, because even years prior, before I made the decision to break up with my boyfriend at the time, I would sit in the bathtub with crystals and candles and manifest, and I'd close my eyes. I literally pictured that apartment, like that exact, I manifested that to happen in my life. I go back in my journals and I'm journaling about, I want to live like downtown, and specifically a bay window. Like that was the very specific that I wanted.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I got it. So I was like,
you know what I
best.
manifested when I journaled the other day was basically how I want my life to progress until I settle down and become a mom and have a kid. Yeah. I have certain things that I want to accomplish and just be more confident with and have like a better mindset on. And yeah, I literally journaled a list of things that I want to have done before that time of my life comes.
Before you start that new chapter.
Yeah.
And you raise another human being.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Manifestations.
That's what this podcast is all about, is vibes and manifesting and mental health. And it's just so good.
And being you.
And being you. And being your own fucking main character in your own goddamn movie.
Fuck yeah.
Like hell to the yeah. So those are my main character moments.
Okay, do we want to go into some tips we have?
Yeah, I think we have some really fun tips on how you can live this main character moment.
Okay, let me go first.
She's like so excited. Shut up and let me go off here.
So I think you talked about this in the first episode. Basically, you saying that like you like dressing up because it makes you feel better.
Dressing up and doing my makeup and stuff.
Yeah. So I kind of like want to go off on that, but wear what makes you feel beautiful and fabulous, even if you're not doing much or if you're just staying at home all day. Maybe put a little something on that makes you feel good, because wearing sweats and a sweater is comfy, but sometimes when you maybe put some jeans on and a nice shirt and or
even like literally what we're wearing right now,
like
a
this
nice,
is cute too.
Nice little cute top that feels flattering and some cozy sweatpants.
Maybe put some lip gloss on and
perfect,
right? Like, and
I know. Sorry to totally interrupt you, but I know when I work from home, oftentimes I'm cold, so I wear the baggiest sweatpants and the baggiest sweater. And I sit at my desk all day, all hunched over like a gremlin. And by the end of the day, I'm like, my confidence is not that high. So by simply putting on a nice top, already changes my mood.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I was going to say too, like, you can play around with different styles. You don't have to wear the same thing you always wear. Like, mix and match things. Like, you don't have to be one dimensional.
I love when I come to your place and you're wearing a dress. It's like, hello, beautiful.
Yeah, I love to dress up.
Are you going to the Grammys? Like, what's happening?
No, I am just living my life, having some clients come and,
looking good, feeling good.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
What a great tip.
Yeah.
Step one, look good.
Yeah, but feel comfortable too. That's the main thing.
Okay. My little tip is main character energy is all about that inner confidence. Kind of this mentality of like fake it till you make it kind of vibes. Every time you walk into a room with a group of friends or people you're just meeting for the first time, or you're going to the office, wherever, walk in there and say, I am so confident in myself. I'm confident in who I am, in how I look, in my physical stance. I can have a conversation about anything. Other people are allowed to have their own opinions, and that's totally fine. I think that's one of the big things with confidence is sometimes you can come into confidence being a little cocky.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. The good type of confidence we're looking for is the kind, unconditional love type confidence where you know that other people have their shit that they're going through. You don't have to judge them, and they might have a different opinion of you, and that's okay. And that's and that's what makes a main character confident person so beautiful, and it attracts more people to you.
You know what too is like when you are like around a big group of people and you like stutter or mess up or like trip a little bit, like if you laugh it off, people will laugh with you and not at you. And you kind of just have to be like, well, yeah, that happened, but moving on.
Whatever.
Like, yeah,
it's
all good. Yeah.
I do that all the time. I just say something and people look at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, clearly my brain's not functioning. So whatever. But then we all laugh it off and we move on.
Yeah.
If you make a big deal about your little mishaps or little tiny comments and stuff, then people will make a big deal about that and your confidence just starts to go down.
Yeah.
So just fake her till you make her.
Yeah.
And talk to your friends. Like, have your friends build your confidence. Say, I'm going on a date with a guy that I've never met him before and he's really, really cute and I really want to impress him and I feel like he could be the one. Call your friends and have them juice you the hell up.
Oh, yeah.
And just have a great time.
Time.
So, yeah, see, exactly. Like, voice crack.
Sorry, I had to.
No, of course you did.
Oh no, I'm gonna
Die.
Okay, moving on.
You got another little tip?
I do. Okay, make every little task fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes life is boring. Like when you were talking about in the coffee shop working on like editing the video and everything, like that's not very
it's
fun.
not a very like cinematic experience.
So like I would suggest putting on some music and like or if you're doing dishes or like vacuuming like household chores, like, you know, put on some like bangers, dance around, maybe have a glass of wine, like make the little things fun and enjoyable.
Amen.
Right?
Seriously, because house cleaning is one of those tasks that no one ever wants to do. Ever.
No,
I know I don't want to do
never.
them. That's why I cook dinner, because then I don't have to clean up.
Wait, so your boyfriend cleans up? You cook and he cleans?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the rule that we have.
That's good.
So that's lovely. But sometimes I do have to clean up, obviously. I'm not just leaving a disaster all the time. Or vacuum or all this. And what do I have playing in the background?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
We already know.
Obviously. Or a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I love listening to a good podcast and just like letting them ramble on. And I'm like, preach to me. Tell me more. I want to know more about this story. Or an Audible book. That's been really good. But yeah, I love that. Let's make those like boring everyday little tasks kind of fun.
Kind of fun.
Just like slightly fun. Like, you know, in the movies when the girl comes out with the oversized t-shirt and the underwear and she like slides with her socks and she's got the broom and she just starts singing away. Like, do that.
Yes.
Do that little, you might feel so weird, but literally no one is watching you.
Like, you can have the best time with yourself. You don't have to have other people there.
So that kind of leads me to my other little tip. And this is called the dollhouse method, I believe. So when I was living downtown on my own, I was listening to a podcast about like romanticizing your life and living this like main character energy. And they explained when we're playing with dolls, there's always one side of the dollhouse that doesn't have walls, right? Because we get to go in with the little dolls and act how they want to act and do what they want to do. So you're going to live your life as though you're the doll. And you are watching your own life through a dollhouse.
Ooh.
So it works really great when you live in an apartment because a lot of the times one wall is all windows.
Yeah.
But if you live in a house, just like pick walls in your house that doesn't have a wall, if that makes sense.
Like maybe the front of the house so it acts like the dollhouse.
Yeah. Or literally any room.
Yeah.
Just pick a wall and be like, I'm watching my own life unfold right now in this dollhouse scene. And how do I want this scene to unfold? How do I want my little character to act? What do I want them to look like? What types of tasks are they doing when they walk into a room? And every time you walk through a doorway, it's a chance for a new scene. So
that's so interesting. I never would have thought of that before or like had that perspective. But yeah, I love that.
It's so nice. It really has helped me for when I'm feeling like frustrated or overwhelmed with a situation. Before I walk into another room, I try to like take a breath for a second, go into the other room. It's a new scene. It's a new, I don't need that energy to carry into my bedroom or my office or wherever. We're going to shake that shit off and we're going to start over.
Wow. That's amazing.
Because the viewer of my story is not going to want to watch me be pissed forever and ever and ever. We got to let shit go.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
So I love the dollhouse method.
Wow. Did you find that on a podcast or YouTube
I'm pretty
video?
sure it was a podcast because I was like in this little slump of like, what was me? I obviously, like I said, just broke up with my boyfriend. I stopped being friends with all my friends at the time. So I literally was starting completely over. I think I just met you. So I was feeling like I've got no one in my corner. So then I listened to this podcast. I'm like, wait, I'm in my corner.
Totally.
I've said this in the other podcast. You're the only person you spend your entire life with. So make that relationship so freaking good. I'm going to repeat that quote so many times because it's so true.
I love it.
Okay.
Wow. Amazing.
I love that. Do you have any other ones? Because I do have one more.
I do have a couple more.
Okay, go off.
I think I just want to go off of what you just said.
Absolutely.
Treat yourself like someone you love. Give yourself grace because you're not going to be perfect all the time. Yeah, that's my little.
Yeah, giving yourself grace. I think giving yourself grace is one of the hardest things to do.
It is.
Because
you want to be so hard on yourself, or not want to be, but you are. Like, you're your worst critic.
We are our worst critic. The things you say to yourself, you would never say to anyone else ever. So just reminding yourself like, hey, I'm literally a human being. This is the first time in my life I've ever come up to this situation at the age that I'm at, with the money that I have, with the experience that I have, all these things. I have no idea what I'm doing and I just fell over, but that's okay. That's how you learn. You got to get up and try again, and get up. And some of the most successful people out there have failed thousands of times and succeed on 1001.
Yeah, we are so like hard on ourselves about every little thing. And it's like it happened. Like bad things happen, or
shitty things happen. Sometimes bad things happen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
Any hoozle.
Yes. We're going to get a t-shirt that says any hoozle. Seriously. Oh, so good. Okay, I have one more.
Okay, and then I have one more.
Perfect. So I think all of our tips kind of all go co in hand together, but this one is about a main character always has a good group of people in their corner. If there is someone in your friend group that is just like always complaining and never likes your ideas and doesn't want to do what you want to do and energy draining and all these different things, you need to sit down and be like, is this person good for my story? Is this person good for my mental health, my well-being? Because sometimes these like toxic negative people that are in your life are actually blocking all these other amazing people from entering your life. I can absolutely contest to that. That when all these people left my life was immediately flooded with people that are encouraging, supportive, push me past my limits, call me out on my bullshit, and most importantly, unconditionally love me no matter what my opinion is. And I think that's what a main character needs, is a good group of people.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it too.
Okay, let me tell you my last one. Don't question what side characters in your life will think. Do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It only matters what you think.
I think that's like the best last tip to have.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing or like thinking or judging about whatever. Like, this is all for you. Yeah.
You're, like you said, the director and actor and producer of your movie.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting there saying, I really want to wear that blue dress today, and someone's like, blue doesn't really look good on you. Yeah. You can say, okay, well, that's nice that that's your opinion, but I think it looks amazing on me, so I'm going to wear that today.
And like, who asked for your opinion? Sorry.
It's different when you come to someone and you say, hey, can I have your advice on blank?
Yeah.
Like, we need to learn how to respect that boundary with people.
Yeah.
I love that tip.
Yeah.
I think we have some really great tips, and I think you guys are going to be able to take away some things here to help shift your mindset to be that main character. If you would name the story of your life or name the chapter that you're currently in, what would you name it?
Wow, what a profound
you
question.
hate when I throw you.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you're putting me on the spot, and
you're like, I don't like
know.
it. I don't even know what I would name mine.
I don't know if this would be like a good title, but this is just what came to my head is just patience.
So you're like, this chapter would be called
this
patience?
chapter is patience, because not this chapter of us doing a podcast and stuff. I think more towards like my life goals and relationship. Like, my boyfriend's working out of town 17 days in a row, and
that's so long.
A lot of my friends around me are married and have kids now or are pregnant, and I kind of wish I was at that stage. However, I know that it's just going to take time, and I'm fine with that, and I've learned to accept that that's just not where I'm at right now, and it's fine. So I have a lot of patience for the chapter I'm in right now.
That's such a great chapter to be in.
Yeah.
Learn it. Patience is fucking hard. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
I am going to call this chapter, and I feel like this chapter has just begun. Like, I've just recently, in the last month, entered this whole new chapter. I can feel it in my body. It's the weirdest thing. Like, do you ever physically feel this little tingle in your body when something in your world's shifting? And you're like, am I up leveling?
Yeah, that's what it is.
So I'd call it my thriving era.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I've had a lot of thriving era chapters, but like this is another one. And it's like, I'm about to turn 30. I'm 30 and thriving. I'm feeling so good. I feel like I'm not entering this midlife crisis.
No, you're on top of the world.
I can't wait to be 30. It's so exciting.
That's such a good perspective to have on that. So good for you.
I feel like our society puts so much pressure on 30 being like, you got to be married and you got to start your little babies
everything
and you got to
together.
have a house and a car. And I'm like, I still feel like I'm 17, okay? But 30 is the new 20. 20, you're still figuring out who you are as an adult. And then 30 is like, okay, I'm an adult. Like, I have it figured out. I get the direction I'm moving in. I know what I like and don't like. I care less about what other people think. All right, we're gonna do better. Anyways, that's a total side tangent, but like, I think we're doing great.
Yes. Okay, I just wanted to end on this one last note, just for like the main character energy portion of this, is that.
Are you nervous to say it or
no,
what?
I just had to read. I wish I could.
Did
make
you
this
lose
bigger.
it in your like novel of notes?
I wish I could make this bigger.
We got to figure out a new note system for you.
We do. No, so I was just going to say that basically have fun with your life and make it artful. Like, back to like the different like clothes to wear and stuff, and play around with your style and stuff. And so yeah, I wanted to say that life is an art. Make it your masterpiece.
I love that.
It's true. It's totally true.
When you say that, I feel like I want to paint.
Oh, I love painting. Let's have a paint night soon.
Oh, let's so do a paint night.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah, painting is just, it's one of those activities that you're like, oh, it's so messy and I got to pull everything out.
No,
but once you're in there, you're like, this is great.
It's one of my favorite things to do, honestly.
have you ever done a paint by numbers?
No.
Ooh, so you can get them on Amazon. They are super fun. I did a sunflower.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm sure that looks so good.
It took an eternity to get done, but it was like one of those things that I was excited to do.
Yeah.
And just get into every day. And puzzling. Puzzling's another thing that I love doing.
Me too, yeah.
I have the cutest little dog puzzle.
Oh.
It's like dogs roller skating and like eating ice cream and like swinging on swings.
What?
Oh my God, it is the cutest thing ever.
I need to see this after.
Yes, most definitely. You need a cat puzzle.
I do.
Yeah, like a crazy cats everywhere.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Love that. Life is an art. Make it your masterpiece. It's beautiful. Do we feel like main characters? Oh, I just have to quickly say, just doing this podcast and like getting it all prepped. We posted on Instagram. We're filming and editing and these lights and this and like I literally feel so main character right now.
Me too. I feel like a famous person.
I know. I feel like the whole world, all of our small town city, we're going to walk through and they're going to be like, oh, is that Jordan and Megan? Is that That Good Vibe podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Would you like my signature?
Oh my God.
Settle down. Bring her down. Oh, too fun.
Okay, one more thing though on the main character energy I just thought of that I didn't mention is that I love to watch a lot of good YouTube productive vlogs.
Yes.
Sarah's Day is one of my favorites. She has a family, like she has 2 little boys. She tries to keep it all together. She definitely is a very real vlogger. She shows all the different aspects of her life and just like taking care of 2 younger boys too. Like it's crazy, but she has a lot of vlogs where she's like cleaning and like organizing, and that makes me want to do that too. So if I turn that off and I'm starting to like organize and clean up my space and stuff, like I channel her. Like I
love that.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay.
So you almost feel like you're in your own little video.
Yeah.
That's such a great way to live that main character energy.
And also what I was going to say too is like pick someone maybe that's in a show or a movie that you look up to. For me, it's Hilary Duff. Oh my God.
Like, are you talking like OG Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff?
Yes, but also like all of her other movies. I feel like she's very like, I don't know, relatable, and I just love her so much. She just seems like such a genuine person. And so like throughout my day-to-day life, honestly, sometimes when I'm feeling down, I will channel her too and be like, no, you are like a confident ass bitch. Like you go and you run with this day. Like
I love that.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. The more we record and the more we continue on with this journey, this main character energy is going to keep flowing through us.
Oh, for sure.
It's way too fun.
I'm sure we'll have more things to say about this too in upcoming episodes. Just in general.
I loved this topic.
Me too.
This was so fun to like chat about and really dive in and think about and talk about today. I feel so good.
Me too.
Are you ready to play the card game?
Yeah, let's play.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're not really strangers.
We love this game. This game is just way too fun. So level 1 is perception.
Okay.
I will ask mine first.
Okay.
Oh, we already kind of know this one, but we'll talk about it some more.
Okay.
What was your first impression of me?
Oh,
we literally talked about this on episode 1, but we'll stick with it.
Okay. Kate, do you remember this when we saw each other in the bathroom?
See, I don't remember that.
You don't remember specific moment?
Pacific Ocean? Atlantic Ocean?
No, specific.
No, because when I first met you is when we had the team meeting and the manager was like, hey guys, I want to welcome our new team member, Jordan.
What?
That
I don't
was
remember
the moment that I first remember. And she like kind of like guided you to stand in the middle of the group. Remember when we'd have the team meetings in like the one little cubicle? Okay, yes, so do you remember that meeting
I don't remember that moment, but I remember doing those meetings like that.
So was this bathroom before the meeting or after the meeting?
You know what? I'm not sure about that now.
Okay, anyways, go off. What was your first impression?
Well, I was just going to say that I came out of the stall and you came into the washroom and you were like, hey, Jordan, how are things going? And I was like, oh, you know, like good. And then that was like kind of it. And I was like, oh my God, like there's like another like kind of younger person here. Like, is she going to be judgmental? Like, was she asking me to like talk shit about me later or what? But yeah, that was my first impression of you was when you came into the bathroom and we had that little convo.
So like just nerves basically.
I think so, because I think that probably was like the first week I had started there or something.
Yeah, it would have been.
I was fresh. Yeah, and maybe I was just like really nervous and stuff, but I kind of did like think that I wouldn't really get along with you or want to hang out with you.
Girls are so interesting. They immediately meet someone and it's like, no, I'm gonna attack you,
like,
and you're gonna attack me.
I think you were so nice to me. Like, you totally were. And maybe it was the confidence you had. Like, in that moment, I felt like you had such good confidence, and maybe I didn't at the time. And I was just like, oh, whoa, like, she is just like,
well, you're starting a new job. There's nothing more terrifying than starting a new job, and you're like, am I gonna fit in? Are these people gonna like me? Am I gonna like them? Yeah.
So
it
that
was a little
kind
scary.
of, yeah.
The first time I met you was in that meeting, and you were like, hi, I'm Jordan. And I was like, oh, just another young girl. Like, she seems sweet. But then I think we like interacted just like 2 or 3 times, very small, of like, hey, how's it going? Oh, it's going pretty good. But we just were like, I'm not too sure. I can't read you. But then it was a couple months later, we actually worked together, and it was immediate best friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys have heard that story a lot, but I'm sure we'll tell that story 100 more times.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's fine.
Okay, what's your question?
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how messy do you think my car is? 1 being cleanest, 10 a complete disaster. Explain.
Oh, I love that question. I think I've only been in your car 1 time, and I want to say it was like a 6.5. Like, it was definitely on the cleaner side. Oh, you don't like that? Oh boy. It was definitely on the cleaner side, but it did have like some shit in the back seat.
Okay, that's only once in a while. Usually I'm pretty clean.
I'm like, we don't drive with each other
we
ever.
don't.
We never have an opportunity meet places because we live on opposite ends of the city. But yeah, when I was in your car, I think you just had like a couple things, but it wasn't like garbage or stuff.
Oh, I do remember that. I had like stuff in my front seat that I had to move, and
but it wasn't like anything big.
Like gross.
I think you had like a grocery basket bag in your back and like an umbrella or something. I don't know. It's a jacket or something.
Yeah.
But I would say a 6.5 only because I feel like sometimes you would have garbage in your car. And she takes offense to it.
Okay.
Where would you rate yourself?
Half the time I have garbage in my car because I'm just lazy to take it out. But I would rate myself. Okay, so like 1 was
1 being super clean and 10 being like
1 being super clean, and you gave me a 6.5.
Do you want me to change that to a 4.5?
I would say a 3
for me. Or
for
you?
Me.
Oh.
And for you, since I've never been in your car before, I would give it a 7. Just because I'm mad now. Just kidding.
I would literally give myself like a 12.
Okay.
My car is...
That's awesome. I mean, that's not awesome, but that's funny.
It's real bad. It's real bad. Also, my car is like the oldest little rust bucket on the planet. She gets me from point A to point B. She turns on every winter. So that's all I can ask from her.
Every time you pull up to my house and I can see your little white car coming around the corner.
My 2-door hatchback.
Like, oh, yeah, that's her.
Ugh.
Yeah, I always know. Yeah.
I am like, this girl needs a new vehicle badly.
It'll come.
It'll come. And I keep saying to myself, when I get a new vehicle, I am going to treat it better. But it's like, that's not how it works, Megan.
Yeah, but you might a little bit better.
If I'm about to spend $60,000 on a brand new vehicle, I better be keeping that damn thing clean. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my car sometimes is like, okay. Ooh.
Oh.
How are you really? Like deep
today in general?
Deep in general. How are you really?
I feel really good about everything right now.
Yay, we love that.
I definitely have those moments, like even like a couple days ago, where I just felt not confident and uneasy, but there's definitely those moments and they pass. But yeah, all in all, I feel good.
You feel good?
Yeah. What about you?
I feel really good. Like I said, I'm entering this like new era stage of my life. The beginning of the year was like super, super rocky for me. So it just feels so good to like feel like I have myself again.
Yes.
And feel like my feet are planted on the ground again. I have some stability.
Yeah, that's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah, because when you don't feel like yourself, it's so draining. It sucks. Yay, I'm glad we're doing really well.
Wow, look at us. I hope this just like soars too. And like, I'm sure there's going to be bad days once in a while. We're going to come on here and be like, fuck this day. I hate everything. Because I already know that's
it will
gonna
happen.
Be me. I already know. Like, we'll see next episode how I feel. But
let's try not to manifest it.
No,
but it will happen.
I shouldn't have put that out there. But
it happens.
Yeah. Have you changed your mind about anything recently?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Have I changed my mind about anything recently? Okay, this is kind of what keeps popping in my brain. Is I told you the story that about a month ago I ran into a bunch of people from my past.
Yeah.
And it was like totally not planned. I was in utter shock when I saw these people. I'm like, I haven't seen these people in almost 3 years. And all of a sudden I've seen them like 3 times in like 2 days. It was really like startling and scary. And it kind of shook me up a bit. And I took a step back to be like, what does this mean? And I thought to myself, I'm like, it's the universe testing me and saying, are you ready to let go of your past and that story that you keep telling yourself over and over? I know I talk about it on this podcast. It's just a part of my story. It's a part of context for you guys. But I want you to know that like deep down in my heart, soul, and gut, that interaction, I took it and I'm like, I loved those people so much and they loved me at that time that we were all together.
Yeah.
And now we're not together. And that's okay. And they can still go live their life and I'm still going to go live my life, but they no longer have energy over me or control. And I can let that go. And it was just like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was weird seeing them, but I feel like the town we live in, or city we live in, is just super small that it's bound to happen for us to run into people from our past.
I haven't seen them because we all live in the same area. So that was really crazy. But it feels good to just be like, wow, thanks for that little test. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to move onward and upward.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. How about you?
I gotta think a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, here's one thing that I've learned from you.
Ooh.
I think it was our last podcast. We talked about like when there's like important tasks for us to do, but say like our place is messy, and I had said that for me, like I can't really think clearly if my environment is very unorganized. And I kind of have gotten over that because I know that there's like certain tasks that need to be done. And even though there's dishes in the sink and my room's a disaster, I can focus on the things that have to be done first and then accomplish those other tasks after. And it does make me feel better when I do those important things first and get that over with. So yeah, I kind of changed my perspective on that because I used to like do the dishes, clean my room, get my environment all clean and nice and organized, and then do the tasks that I really needed to do. But then it was like, well, now I only have like a certain amount of time left, and then energy too. So I was like kind of anxious and stressed out that I had to get this done, and I didn't have much time left, and so I kind of switched that around, and I feel better about that. Yeah,
that's called productive procrastination.
Yes.
So you're shifting your mindset around that. I love that. So proud.
Thank you.
So proud.
Thank you.
We're just growing over here.
We're growing.
Okay. Level 3.
Last one.
Reflection. What do you admire most about me?
About you?
Yeah.
Aww.
Ooh, my ego's just like so excited.
What I admired most, I don't know if this would be in the right context, but I am so thankful that we're on the same page about everything. And I feel like we like read each other's minds. And even if like one of us is feeling down or just like not confident enough in something, like we like easily cheer each other up about it. And I think I love that.
I love that too. I love that we feel so comfortable in our relationship and friendship that we can actually call each other out
and be real with each other
and not take it like, oh,
the
you're
wrong
hurting
way.
My feelings.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But we had to put work. When we thought of the idea of this podcast, we literally were like, okay, verbal diarrhea, everything out on the table.
Yes. Yeah. Like, let's talk about everything, anything you're feeling, negative and positive. Like,
but I feel like people should do that with all of their friendships.
Totally.
if you have any hard feelings or negative feelings towards a person in your life and you're like, oh, I love this person, but like, oh,
they do this and I just don't agree with it.
It's just driving me crazy, or
yeah.
I have an opinion about this. Sit them down and say, look, I just need to be a little honest with you right now and tell you how I'm feeling. I love you and I want to continue our friendship and I don't want to hurt you any way, shape, or form. This thought has just kind of been eating me alive.
Yeah.
Use the kindest words you possibly can. Express how you're feeling. Give them an opportunity to express how they feel about the situation. And then make a promise to each other and say, we're going to work a little harder on this friendship.
And if they take it and that it's kind of like a dig, then maybe they're not a good friend.
Then you just need to reassess that friendship. Maybe you're not like the person I go to every single day all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe you're someone I just see once a month kind of thing.
Once in a while.
You just have to reassess. But don't let little things from friendship relationships eat you alive. Yeah. You got to be honest.
Totally.
I love that about us.
Me too.
I admire most about you your, what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Willpower and drive.
Oh?
Like watching you leave your 9 to 5 to pursue your at-home business. Girl, I thought you were crazy.
Oh, I'm sure everyone did. I'm sure.
I'm just like, please God, make this work. Please.
For her sake, please.
Please. So it was so amazing to see it just like skyrocket, and you've just been like continuing with it and taking on this adventure, and still it makes me emotional just like watching us grow into these like amazing humans. It's so beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I love that I'm a part of your story.
I love that I'm a part of your story. Tear.
Okay, that was such a great question.
All right. What about me what about me most surprised you?
Oh, this is kind of crazy.
Oh my God.
Your ability to consume alcohol.
What?
Seriously.
I feel like I'm almost,
well, I'm such a lightweight.
Yeah. Okay. You compare it to me. You know why? Because I love having a good time and I love letting loose.
You will choose a good time over anything.
But the thing is like, I make sure I get my work done and I make sure I'm productive so I can let myself like not go, but like let loose a little bit and have fun and enjoy myself and live in the moment. Yeah. So I make sure all my shit's good before. But yeah, I love having fun. Like, I
could see you being the person at my birthday that's like, you need to have 30 shots for your 30th birthday. And I'll be like, I don't know. Girl, you can have 30 shots for me. I'll have one.
Okay, well, 30 is
30's a lot.
A little much.
That's a little much.
But
we'd all be dead.
I think because I know you're a lightweight that I wouldn't suggest like shots after shots after shots. I don't even like shots, honestly. Give me a drink. Or remember when we went out and we had those like dessert
breakfast shots?
Yes.
One was like a Captain Crunch and it literally tasted exactly like Captain Crunch cereal.
So fucking good.
Oh, it was so good.
I like shots like that, but like a straight vodka shot. Are you fucked?
No, the hard alcohol I'll do is tequila, but it has to be dark tequila with a lime and salt.
Remember when we did that tequila shot at that Mexican restaurant?
With our other friend someone else bought the shots for the table. Yes, and they were white, and I was like, no.
But they were so good.
It
went down so good. I want to say it was
expensive.
I think it was Don Julio. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that is like a little bit more of an expensive tequila, and it was delicious.
It was so smooth. Sometimes the cheap tequilas like burn your throat, but this one was like warm water. I could describe it as.
I remember before like our first podcast recording, we did the Fireball shot. And can't do that again.
We're never taking shots before a podcast episode because my brain during that one was like
all over the place.
All over the place.
Mine too. Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. What was your question again? We got to ask it for you.
No, everything. No, it surprised me about you.
Surprised me. Oh,
that's why I'm like.
That's why it's like.
Well, could I just say that we like just like how good we get? What?
Are you okay? Are you trying to say how because of our story of how we first met and we worked together, and now
like how
we
good
don't
of friends
work at that
we
place
are
anymore, and now look at us, we have a fucking podcast together.
Yes. Yeah, like that surprised me, like where we are now.
This whole experience shocks me, to be honest. Like the whole time we were prepping for it, I remember I've told you this, I'm just like, are we in this? Like, is this actually happening?
Yeah,
like, is this
doubts.
still idea? But now that we're here, it's like, we're here, obviously. It's so fun. We text all the time being like, what do you think about this topic, that? Anyways, I digress. So,
but yes, that's exactly.
We have one more segment, guys. Stay with us for this last segment. This is probably one of my favorite segments of this podcast.
I do like it too.
And it is the self-care 1% better challenge. I had no time to think about what I wanted to do. You
still don't know?
I still don't know. So do you want to go first?
Yes. Okay. So I know I've mentioned this book before that I'm reading, The Mountain Is You. It's a really hard book to get into. The chapters are really long. I know I've said that. I know it's going to be good for me. And that's one thing that I want to do within this next week is to make sure that I read at least 15 minutes a day, maybe or maybe
I think a
5 times a week.
I feel like you could do a day.
I think I could too. It's just actually sitting down and getting, into it. You know what I was thinking though? I could sit outside on my deck, on my patio in the back, and suntan a little bit and read, maybe with a drink on the side. And
I'm gonna push up your challenge to do it every day. So for the next 7 days. Okay, we'll see. No, I need to, because I know 15 minutes is nothing. And it's a self-help book. I know it's good for me. So I have to do it. And I've told myself that I can't buy another romantic book, because that's what I love reading until I finish the self-help book. Ones. Love the spicy ones. Give me all the sex scenes. Yeah. With grave detail. It's anyways. Okay. I was thinking for my self-care challenge is going to be sweating, working out 4 times a week. Wow. In the gym downstairs in your apartment? Well, I go to yoga once a week with my mom. Okay, so that's already 1. So then I only have to do 3. So I like to do, gosh, what is her name? It's Laura something on YouTube. And she is the creator of this treadmill workout called 12-3-30. I think I've told you it before. Lauren. That's her name. She's pregnant and she just got married. Yes. Oh, she's a vibe. Okay, so here's the thing. I tried that the other day. My treadmill only goes up to 10 incline. I actually only do 10. 12 is too much. But 10 was even too much. After 10 minutes, or I think it was 15 minutes, I was like, Did you do a full 3? Like a speed of 3? Yeah. So I do 2.8. Oh, okay. Because 3 is super speed walking, and with an incline that high, I'm like, it's a lot. I'm gonna for 30 minutes or something. Yeah. Yeah. So I call it 12-3-30 because that's the name and it sounds good, but it's more like 10, 2.8, 25 to 30. Yeah. I go for as long as I can, but oh my God, you sweat. It's a cardio workout. Yeah. Do you watch a video, or do you go? I watch YouTube. Okay. Yeah. So I will find a YouTube vlog that's between 25 to 30 minutes. Okay. And I tell myself I have to be on this treadmill for this entire vlog. It goes by so fast, especially when I'm watching Tara Michelle or Catherine Manning. That's my other favorite one. And then Renee Amberg. Just to shout out some of my favorite little YouTubers there. And then the other 2 workouts that I'll do will be a 15 to 20 minute YouTube workout of some either yoga or a strength training or cardio or something. So I'm like, that's easy. That's it's in easy. The grand scheme of life, that's easy. Oh, totally. So that's my self-care challenge, is sweating 4 times a week. Love it. You'll rock at that, I feel like. Because also that after you're done that, you're going to feel so fucking good. I always feel so much better when I move my body. And your brain just feels so much better. Not even your physical self, your headspace. I know. I'm turning 30 soon, so I need to keep up with this physical activity. I was just gonna say, I can't wait for our birthday episodes that we have some really fun episodes, because we're both September babies. So we have an episode devoted all to Jordan and an episode devoted all to me for our birthdays, and those will be coming. Actually, the next one I think will your be birthday episode is the next freaking episode. Oh
Can't
my
wait.
God. I
It's gonna be
cannot
so
wait
fun.
for that. Okay. Super
Wow.
exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in today's episode.
Yes, thank you guys.
We love you guys so much. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
Guys.